Welcome to my video, guys. My name is Free. I just want to thank you for clicking on this, and right now we're gonna have some solo BR casual gameplay. Alright, so in this video I dropped a 40 bomb. I think I end up with 41 kills in this video. It's nothing crazy. I mean, it is casuals, right? So I'm mostly fighting bots, but just to even have that pace to get that many kills is something that, for me, I can't do it in a regular lobby full of real people. But casuals, it's possible, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit of fun, and it's also just pretty stress-free. Is it as rewarding as killing real people or real players? I mean, obviously not, right? But really the point is just to have fun, so that's what we're doing. So here I'm dropping trains. This is kind of my go-to in solos. It was during OG Verdansk as well, but I like this little spot right here just to drop off right from the very beginning for that reason right there. So you just grab a self as soon as you start the game. Alright, so here, I mean, it's all about looting up in the early game. Loot up, get your loadout as fast as possible, and just go from there. Alright, the most important thing once you do get loadout, right, is just getting money. UAVs are going to be key to just finding everybody on the map, so you'll see throughout this video that I'm just kind of trying to get as much money as I can possible. Pop advanced UAVs every once in a while, and you'll find that like when you do kill real people, a lot of times they're gonna have a bag on them, right? So that gets really helpful. And here, excuse me, when you see me just kind of stop, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get an audio cue, right? It means that I think I heard something, so I'm just slowing it down a little bit and just see if I can catch another audio cue before I start moving again. Right, so I don't hear something and then just automatically prone and lay there for 5 minutes, right? But just a few moments to see if that person's willing to move around me again. So right now, yep, still looting. I do have a C9 right now, so if you can get a good SMG early in the game, or now I have an LC10, you can get a good SMG early in the game, it's really nice. And I mean, that's like gold as far as weapons go in the early game. So here I pop because I'm coming up on the buy and I just don't want to get killed as I'm buying. Alright, so I see that red dot. Now this guy, I'm waiting for him to push, but I actually see that he pushes back to the other two red dots there at train. So at this point I'm kind of assuming that at least the one that was near me is a real person, because I popped the UAV and he ran away. And there I catch him in the left side corner of my screen. So that person was a winner of that three-way fight. So I'm assuming that he was real, but it's kind of hard to tell. Alright, and there I see a dot near the buy station, so I'm just centering, pre-aiming that because I think someone's there. Don't hear anything, so pop that real quick. Still looking. So I grab my Krig, my LC10, I'm ready to go. So as you see there, I mean, just staying centered, right? It's such an important part of winning gunfights. The more centered you are, based on where you think they're gonna be, the sooner you can start landing shots before them. And in casuals, I mean, it's such a great way to just to practice centering, right? Because I mean, you're fighting bots most of the time. And if you have UAVs up, you have a good idea of where they're at. So here I kind of misplayed that. I meant to go on top, but missed it. That was most likely a bot. So I'm always checking my map, looking to see where dots are at. I know someone's here. I'm not sure where, but it looked like he was working this way, so again, stop, kind of listen. And here I hear roof. Right, so I'm assuming that person's in that cubby. So I'm just gonna start working up this way. And then I'm just listening. I'm running, but I'm listening. And I hear them kind of work over to this cubby, right? So, nice little tip there. If you prone behind a step like that, it makes you pretty hard to see. And I know there are more dots in this area, but I can't remember where exactly. So I'm just on top, looking, scanning. I see them fighting over there. So, just jumping on that immediately. And there he is. So yeah, I mean, not much left in this area, I don't think. I don't have a UAV, so I can't pop that. I think here I was actually texting. But yeah, after this, my plan is just to work towards train. Try to get another UAV up and just keep it going. Even when I don't think anyone's around me, like I am still really trying to work on my centering, making sure that I'm keeping my dot where it needs to be. Right, and I think it's just a good habit to get into. Right, so here I'm flying. I'm looking towards that buy the entire time, but I hear something behind me. Right, so I'm waiting for audio. I think he's in the bus, but it sounds like he crossed, so challenge that. Easy gunfight. And I almost always just pre-aim that buy because people are always looking down that hallway. Right, so get the UAV up. I do see that there's a bounty in front of me, right? So it's always a good idea to grab a contract if you can find a good one near you. And for the most part, I'm willing to do almost any contract because it's really just about getting the money. Bounties are nice though, especially if you're just trying to get more kills, right? Because it just gives you an idea, and when you do get that kill, it'll give you like one pretty large UAV ping. So here, I don't know, there's two people, and that person's a robot, so I can't even see that person, which is just insane that there's an operator skin like that. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie, I have it too, but I stopped using it a long time ago. So that person crosses out. Couldn't get the kill there though. So now I'm kind of shifting my focus to the bounty. I mean, I could get shot in the back right here by that other guy, but I'm kind of just not respecting that he's gonna be able to do that before I get to cover. And that's my bounty. It's gonna give me a ping, and I see that person on the wall right there. And I did see a dot right where I'm looking at right now, but they didn't work over towards me. So that kind of leads me to believe that that's probably a real person too. Bots are pretty mindless in this game. Like, if you see a red dot coming at you, it's probably a bot. They're not going to change the direction. They're kind of just beelining it to you, and you'll be able to tell. They're not sliding around much. They do slide now. I think there was an update, but
Enemy UAV is online.
still pretty easy to tell based on their movement. Now here, I just had a feeling that somebody was at the buy, right? Because the UAV did get popped, so I'm looking. And right here, I'm getting shot at. I have no idea where, so I assume it's top, and it is. And lo and behold, Yep, and that's definitely a real player.
Gas moving in.
Unless bots rage quit now. I mean, who knows, right? But now I have a really good amount of money. So I'll get one UAV up, 2 dots around me. And that person's just in the tent. And I know that there's one behind me inside the tree. So I'm just gonna pop again because I think that UAV was about to run out any time now, and grab another UAV. So my thought process is, I mean, I just want to get this kill pretty quickly because I don't want to be caught in zone rotating, but that person kind of worked towards the buy, so I wasn't too sure where exactly they were. In here, I actually think they're second until I see them first, but I'm going to assume that's a bot too. And this is kind of what I was talking about. I'm just going to grab this contract. I don't necessarily care where the next zone is, especially when I'm just going for kills. I'm kind of just going to chase any red dot that I see for the most part. But I already know that I'm on my last UAV, and I only have enough for one more, so get some money and keep the UAVs going. Cars are almost, I'm pretty sure they're always real people. I don't know if I've ever seen a bot use a car. So here I'm just kind of listening. I think they're in the room, but then I do hear grass. So I'm just going to hop, slide, and get that kill. And I'm just checking out here because I think I did see a red dot working down that hill from hospital. But I'm just going to go ahead and start this contract. And one thing I do with this recon is that I do see that, you know, it's only a minute until the next zone closes, and I have 2 minutes and 45 seconds at this point to finish the contract. So what I'll do is let the zone close and then finish the contract, so I get an extra circle peak, if that makes sense, right? Because I'm gonna see the next zone once this second circle closes. And somebody just pulled up in here and they're doing a recon. Now I do know that that's second, but I was almost positive the person was going to challenge those windows. Didn't. And I'm assuming bot or a terrible player. Now if you see me melee ladders a lot, it's because when you melee a ladder, as soon as you get onto it, you actually don't make any of those metal ladder step sounds for the first couple seconds when you start scaling the ladder or climbing the ladder, right? So I'll finish this out, and you see how I already see the next circle, right? Well, now I'm gonna get to be able to see even further beyond that. But kind of like what I said earlier, I mean, it's not super necessary, but I wasn't really looking at the number of kills I had at this time, so it's hard to tell if you're on a good pace or not in casuals, and because I don't play this way in regular solos. Now I did know that there were dots there, but I do see I have a pretty long rotation, so I want to make sure that I have a vehicle with me. Alright, so I'm not running away to just rotate in, but I do want to get the money from this fight. I just want to make sure that I have a vehicle with me. So I get shot at right there. Hit some cover, played up. I hear him to my right. There we go. And there's that ping, so I know there's another player right there, and that's like 99% a bot, right? Now I know that there's somebody at the buy station over there. and I'm just pre-airstriking that just because it's available to me, just in case they started sprinting at me. And here I'm just looking, and there they are. Kind of mess up the sweet seat swap there, but I mean, so at this point now I have $35,000. Not sure if I do it here, but let's see. Yep, so I ended up popping an advanced here. And then I'm probably just gonna hold one for the rotation. Now somebody's there. I actually meant to buy a UAV here, but works out that you'll see in a second. But it kind of worked out that I got that airstrike. And then I do see that there's somebody in these hangars here. Right, so I was pretty lucky to get that kill with the PA. Now I'm looking for this person's body, but wasn't really too sure where they died. Alright, so I'm off. I have $22,000, so I might as well hit this buy, and there's a person there. Probably a bot. And I mean, I still have the advanced up. I'm just gonna go ahead and work across that river there, and I do see two dots. It looked like school. But since my advance did run out, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop there. Now I do see them at school, but there's a person right above the hill here. And I'm thinking that's a real person. I don't know if I've ever seen a bot jump and slide like that. So that person ran away, so I'm assuming that that person is real. But I'm gonna grab this guy's money. Now I'm at 37. Pop another advanced. So I'm looking, and I see somebody pushing me, right? The arrow is up, so I'm almost assuming they're flying in, but there they are on the ground. And again, just center. So I was centered at the window and centered at the door. I mean, those were the two spots I had in mind, so I'm just trying to keep my white dot there. And here's kind of where I just always have problems. I just can't see people. And I know there's somebody right in front of me who's also pretty much looking at me, but just have a hard time seeing them. So it's situations like those where, I mean, obviously I don't have any cover. I'm kind of just expecting that person to be a bot, right? I mean, they're just rotating out in the complete open, kind of aimlessly. But those are probably situations that would get me killed in a regular solo. Now, I know there's still one person here. The reason I'm driving towards them instead of just holding a zone is that I'm not really trying to waste too much time, right? If I wait in zone, look at the clock right now, we're at about 1:15. I mean, I could have been waiting back there for 1:15 plus, right? Now, I do mess up on this challenge, like, shouldn't have just run out in the open like that. I still had cover, and now I'm losing my vehicle because I'm waiting for this person to self and run out. And the last thing I want to do is get shot in the back, so I just go ahead and pop that UAV in case they somehow made it out, but they didn't. And gas is moving really fast, but I want to make sure to hit this buy. So I get one UAV up and take one for the road. Just because I know I'm already pretty low on money and I want to save some of it for the next buy once I get to the next zone, wherever it may be. That person hopped out, and yeah, I don't know about that play. See this ping up here? And I was pretty sure that there was another person around here, so I just pop anyway. I'm gonna have that UAV and a lot of ground to cover, so it just gives me an idea of what's going on around me. I see these two fighting here. My plan is to land on that shed. And easy kill. There's somebody out in the open right there. So I know I have one overlooking the hill who may be holding people out. So I leave that ping right there, and I did know that see a ping by the buy station. So I do want to hit that buy, but right there I get shot at by, they must have been Ghost. Right, and there's somebody right behind that person too. So at this point, I'm not even too sure if that green dot or my green ping is still there. Now, pretty sure that person was real. And I still hear somebody at the buy. And there they are there. What I don't realize is that person landed on top of that structure there that I was shooting at, who was dropping in. Still getting shot by that person, and they worked up towards me. Could have been a bot, could have been real. It looks like that person was real, and the person before, because they both disconnected. So here I grab a util box, looking for my gun, but I hear somebody working up on me. That's almost 100% a bot. And I see the fighting up there, which is why I nade that, just in case I can get a cheap kill. But here I have $30,000. There's only 4 other people left. And yeah, popping advanced here. One's working towards me. At this point, it should all be real people. Alright, so I'm going to work up towards that person. At least that's my plan until I find this bag of money. So what I do is I'm already holding a UAV. I'm just going to buy 2 more and just pop another advanced. I don't know if it works the same way as it did during like the older war zones, but I'm pretty sure it extends the time that you have an advanced up when you have multiple advanced UAVs up like that. So I do want to work up, but I just kind of feel like it's too much ground to cover, and that person is rotating way out, which doesn't make sense to me. So at that point, I'm assuming that that person's a bot, right? So I'm still looking to see if maybe they jumped and they're gonna wrap, but they're so far out. So I'm on 39, 2 left, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm not too sure where to put that, so I'm gonna ping first, so I know exactly where to put my mortar to force them off high ground. And there's somebody down there, but I'm not seeing anything. So I'm assuming, yep, that he's right behind that structure. That person jumps off. Easy kill, and then there's a glint, and I'm just kind of praying at this point that I don't get picked off. But I do want to get some shots on that person, just let them know that they're not going to get a free snipe on me. Cover, reload, re-challenge. Got that nade break, so I'm just keeping my dot right at the edge of that. And there we go. 41 kill, Warzone casual solo.
Good work. That's how it's done.
So I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I've kind of come around to casuals a little bit more, trying to be a little bit more open-minded as far as like it not being real people, but still having fun. I mean, you do run into mainly real people towards the end, so it still has a little bit of that excitement. Now, is everyone a demon? No, but I mean, it is what it is, right? It's casuals. But otherwise, hope you enjoyed this. Hope that you found it informative. Hope you learned something from it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. And if you did enjoy this, please subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, if you enjoy watching casuals. Yeah. Thanks for watching again. Bye-bye.